Good morning, Franz. Sorry I'm late. Fantasy was first, Conch Lobster was second, Catton was third. Wow. Chorus fourth. Good morning, guys. How you doing? Good day, friends. Cora with the hydrate. We haven't even refilled our maracas today. Which I can't entirely do because I don't have any of my ADHD meds left. Because the fire alarm, smoke alarm, whatever, yesterday completely threw me off and I forgot to pick them up. So, but I also did forget to take them yesterday. I did manage to take my antidepressants.
Cora Huroda says, I woke up and chose violence.
You always choose violence at the start of my stream. So, I at least have my antidepressants, which is important. 2, 4, and 6. So, today I have to go pick up my ADHD medication from the new pharmacy. If I could just walk there, it would have been great. But it's a little bit far, especially with the way my knee is right now. Also, Tesla woke up and chose violence this morning, too. He decided to grab my arm and proceed to violently bite and bunny kick it for whatever reason. It's been a long time since he's done that. So I think he's got too much energy because he doesn't have anyone to play with. Honestly, Tesla probably needs a dog friend. Something robust. Okay, I opened up my Coke, got your hydrate. Almost ready for Halloween? Have you seen the price of Halloween candy this year? I wanted to, like, give out candy because it's my first time living at home in, like, 15 years for Halloween. Good morning, Ross. So yeah, I won't be giving out candy this year because I can't afford to give out candy. And I have nothing to do on Halloween. None of my friends do anything. They all live in apartments, so they don't give out candy. I don't think a single one of my friends lives in a house. Because we can't afford houses. It's a dark and gloomy day today. I did a lot more work on the weekend on the succubus painting. Hold on, let me fix that here. Close that. Too many things open. Basically, oh, I gotta resize the window to the right size. Basically, I've had to repaint quite a lot of the picture. So, now her torso and her legs are proportional. Finally. I gave her head a sassy little tilt. And I redid the horns. Because I had to redo the hair. Because the head was the wrong shape. And then the head was too big, so I made the head smaller. And then I'm like, oh, well, the shoulders are too big. And I kept shrinking it down, and then her legs were giant. She had, like frog legs. They were, like, quintuple C thick. And so I had to fix that. And then I had to select her entire torso and arms and head and resize that and make them bigger again. So I've been through a lot this weekend on this painting, but I think we're finally at the right proportions and the right face. The eyes are right now. And she's got some makeup. So now I just need to smooth everything in and do the jewelry. And hopefully get the shading right. The feet are still bothering me, but I think that's just, yeah, that'll be a little bit still. But then we'll be able to move on to other things. I have a jacket to design for Galen from Dendronia. So he's asked me to design him a jacket. So I've got that to work on as well. And those other two commissions were the people, like, commissioned me back in February, and they're like, yeah, just take as long as you need. And I'm like, you don't know what you're saying to me when you say that. Mark your words. But they were also supposed to pay me when I sent them the sketches, and they didn't. If they had paid me, they would have gotten them sooner. Fine, I'll take a sip of my tea. A second one, because I just took one. But I'll take another one, only because it's delicious. I'm also starting to settle when I sat down, so I need to reset my avatar a bit. There we go. Okay, why isn't the phone charging? That is the next question. Hold on, I have to check the phone at the back of the computer. Story time of Captain's Crazy Tales. You want me to read the whole thing that you sent to me? Okay. Oh, but Necromancer isn't here yet either. We don't have Necromancer and Neff yet. Should we wait until they come? Or will they have to catch the VOD? Reset my avatar again a little bit here. Settle in. Get comfortable. There. That feels a bit better. Yeah, we'll give them a bit. I know Neff goes to the gym, so he might miss it anyways. But, yeah, I sent Necromancer an update to the painting at the start of the weekend, or partway through the weekend, and he hasn't responded, so I'm just gonna check in on him. But we'll give the regulars a little bit of fair time to trickle in, because I think they would have liked to hear the story too. the other, the other regulars, not the regulars from the regular server, but the regulars for stream. Oh, this means I need to fix the wings too. All of these changes that I've made. The Neo regs. The Frond regs. Join or destroy the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim. Are they the assassins? Or are they the vampires? I'm usually pretty neutral to everybody in Skyrim. I'm not the world's police. Unless they come after me, then they die. It depends on what kind of character you're playing. Because if you're more of a lawful character, then absolutely not. I don't think I've ever joined the Dark Brotherhood. I always joined the Thieves Guild. Not everything needs to be perfectly smooth. I'm a thief that helps people of the Rift, and at first I'm this sweet, nice Khajiit until I join the guild. I really hope Bethesda stops making their character models so jank in the next one. I am really looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6 because like Skyrim's really good, but also like god damn, it's been a long time, man. And how many re-releases are they on? Be on the floor sorting socks, so I won't be able to see the text chat. Watch out for the trolls. They steal your socks, but only the left ones. So keep an eye on your left socks. Tesla, did you make a funny noise? HTTYD. I don't know what that stands for. I probably do. My brain is just not parsing that at the moment. My dad closed my door and Tesla can't get to his litter box. Tesla, you haven't even touched your wet food. Tesla, eat your food. Sorry, I had to go wash my hands because I mashed up his block of wet food. He hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm hoping that he'll eat it if he gets hungry enough. But I'm going to have to give that food to one of my other friends who has cats because he won't... Oh, How to Train Your Dragon, thank you. Why would I worry about them stealing my left socks? They already stole my left foot. I'm reminded of a comment on a video of a tiger having hiccups. That sounds adorable. Hold on, my hand still smells like cat food. Okay, I'm back. My wife says at least it's cat food, not cat pee. I wouldn't expect Tesla to be eating cat pee. It's kind of a weird thing to expect your cat to eat. I'm joking. I am stealthy, hiccup. I am death, hiccup. If not friend, why friend-shaped? There's nothing more than I hate more than the smell of wet cat food. I might consider getting like my own animal giblets, like bird giblets, and grinding those up into my own cat food and making cat food for my cat because they are obligate carnivores, and I think he would probably like that. On your hand, the smell. No, the smell of cat pee washes away pretty easily off of skin, but the smell of cat food does not. And the smell of cat food is rank. I'm like, why would a cat eat something that smells like this? You just buy like the little organ meats and bits that from the butchers that nobody wants to buy, and you make your own cat food. It's probably better for the cats than anything you can buy in the store. Oh, necromancers in meetings. Necromancers in meetings. Well, it's been half an hour, so we're going to tell Captain's story. Alright. So, half an hour into stream, people note about 30 minutes. 31, technically. We're going to start reading Captain's story that he wrote me, because it's a giant wall of text. It smells like food. We smelled fresh raw fish? Yes, I have. I eat sushi. I know fresh raw fish smells kind of dank, but it still smells better than cat food pate. Anyhow, Captain's story. So in my freshman year, I decided to go through the vocational technology VOTEC program at my school offered, which meant that the next 3 years I'd be splitting my time halfway between the VOTEC and normal high school. We would get our basic classes and then catch a bus to the VOTEC school for that learning and then get a bus back to catch a bus home. Wow, that's God, I would hate that. This VOTEC school had kids from 4 to 5 schools in the surrounding area. So you do this for 3 years in your chosen trade. I was in carpentry. I would have loved that. And at the end of the course, you take the final exam, which for us is called the NOCTI. I think culinary, cosmetology, health occupational, and electronics classes may have had separate exams. That would kind of make sense, though. So my 10th grade year, or sophomore year, whichever you call it, pause for the non-Americans to figure out the year structure, accurate. This is why we just go with the numbers. Why do Americans do everything so complicated? I headed over to the VOTEC for my first year of the course. It was a small group. In all honesty, there were only 10 of us in that class that year. I should mention that the first years are separated from years 2 and 3. When I went there, it was first years were there in the morning, and then the others were in the afternoon. Very early on, it was clear my group was filled with people who thought this was the easy path, that this was the get out of school and fuck around option. Oh god, I hate those people. Especially when you're doing something you're passionate about. I just want to crush them like bubble wrap. Except, they actually crush them. Oh, who am I to be polite about it? We were eventually known as the hee-haw fuck-around gang. If only my teacher knew what was to unfold, who, due to his uncanny resemblance to Mario, the Super Mario Brothers from the franchise, that'll be his moniker of the story. Honestly, I feel bad for my teacher in some ways, but others not so much. So after 2.5 years of dealing with the idiots in my group, Mr. Mario stopped teaching us. Oof. He would send the seniors out to do projects, and then would keep the juniors in the classroom, teaching them instead. It was abundantly clear that he thought our group was a lost cause and was trying to make up lost time with the juniors. That's deeply unfair to the people in his class that actually wanted to be there. At some point we noticed this, and now 2 years older than we were, we start the story. The seniors had a little meeting in the locker room. Topic: how are we going to pass the Noctis and not have the past 3 years be a waste? Well, you smartened up in your old age, it would seem. You know me well enough, I absolutely threw in a good bunch of, if you guys didn't act like fucking morons and clowns, we wouldn't be in this mess. Honestly, the reply I got was, yeah, we know, but what do we do about it? Yeah. Teenagers. All of us were dumb seniors in high school, and we didn't have a clue. Meeting adjourned. So, another day or so after being sent to the workshop for meaningless tasks, they can't really expect a bunch of teenagers who left their own devices around power tools, even more so our group with our reputation. So the carpentry substitute teacher, who I'll call Mr. Starr, who was tasked with keeping an eye on us. Actually, he wasn't specifically the carpentry substitute teacher, but one of, I think, 3 substitute teachers for the Votech school. Mr. Starr was just knowledgeable in construction trades, so it was nice to have a substitute who knew what he was doing if the main teacher was sick or something. That way kids weren't trapped in classrooms wasting time instead of working on projects. Mr. Starr was beginning to teach us more and more, especially more effectively than Mr. Mario ever did. So I asked him one day, why can't you teach us for the upcoming Noctis? And he replied, if I was your permanent teacher, I could, but right now I can't overrule Mr. Mario. And one of us being the manipulative bastard, and of course, being the manipulative bastard I am, I said, if Mr. Mario gets fired or something, would you take his place? He said, yeah, I'm the most qualified to fill the position. So I made the deal. We get Mr. Mario fired, and Mr. Starr helps us pass the Noctis. I guess I've always been a pirate at heart, because this is straight up mutiny. So another meeting amongst the seniors, and the decision was made. A full frontal assault on Mr. Mario's sanity until he got dethroned. All of us joined in on that. I do feel a bit bad for Mr. Mario. He was dealing with a bunch of assholes, and then he got fired by the bunch of assholes because he didn't want to have to deal with them anymore. Sometimes some kids just seem like lost causes. That's a bit mean. All of us joined in, including me, was usually trying to keep order just for the sake of my own education. Including the one time I yelled so loud that shut people up so it could be heard on the other side of the school. We did everything we could, interrupting his lectures with incessant questions, climbing the walls and ceilings, smoking weed in the wood rack to convince Mr. Mario it was on fire. What the hell? This included not bringing our work attire. We weren't allowed to be in the workshop without wearing school-approved attire, mainly for safety reasons. This allowed us to disrupt the juniors' lessons further and eventually forced Mr. Mario into the workshop to try and teach group lessons to give the seniors something to do. Mr. Mario didn't last long, maybe a week or two this before he snapped. I mean, to be fair, most of my classmates have been working on his last nerve casually for the better part of 3 years. All of us doing a coordinated effort with something else. That's terrifying. And snapped he did, throwing a kid into the wall and attempting to punch him. I feel bad for him. I do. At the same time, he failed as a teacher, but this was... yeah. Luckily, the kid dodged and Mr. Mario made a nice hole in one of the project drywalls. This kid was the main clown the past couple years, so it made sense it was him, you see. So we all went to the principal, showed evidence Mr. Mario was suspended pending investigation, found out later the school was trying to find a way to get rid of him. Ah. So I won't share the reasons, they could gossip for all I know. Mr. Starr got a promotion and began immediately working with the seniors to pass the Noctis, and pass we did. Me personally, I came second in my class behind literally a perfect score. That honor went to a guy I'll call Big D. Dude was a carpentry prodigy. And after all, it was kind of pointless though, because out of the 10 of us that went through the course, Big D actually followed through with the trade. 2 of us are dead. Oof. 1 is in a horrible coma. Oof. The rest are doing their own thing from what I've heard, and last I heard, Mr. Starr still holds the position. Well, at the very least, he did 3 years ago or something. Although there was one good thing that came out of me going to Votech. It was one of those buses to and fro. And I met my lovely wife who was recovering from a slip disc surgery. And this year, we are celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary next month. 5 years well spent, I'd say. I actually met a couple of years earlier, but I didn't know that. Then she stalked me until we met again. I always describe it as she met me first 2 years later than I met her. And that's a story for another day. I feel a little bit bad for Mr. Mario, but it sounds like the school was already trying to figure out a reason to get rid of him and promote Mr. Starr. Hello, Necromancer. Thank you for the 9-month subscription. We have our first Twitch baby! Actually, Sai might be the...
Been here 9
Sai might be the first Twitch baby. Necromancer's probably the second. Thanks to the hydrate, Cora. Necromancer is probably the second Twitch baby. I don't know how long Sai has been subscribed to me, but she subscribed to me the 4 years before any of you met me. He was pocketing budget and stealing tools. Oh my god, what? That wasn't enough to get rid of him? You've been born. Yay! Happy birthmas! When is your actual birthday, Necromancer? I think you've told me before, but my brain is stupid. Might not have had sufficient evidence of it. Yeah, that's fair. So, like, I feel a bit bad for Mr. Mario. But at the same time, at the same time, like, if he was stealing tools and pocketing budget, like, holy shit. May, your birthday's in May. Okay. I will try to remember. I didn't get to say happy birthday to Neff on his birthday because I was not feeling well. But I also think the man hates his birthday. And I feel bad for missing it. But yeah, we're working on your painting, Necromancer. You just missed Captain's story of how he got his teacher fired. Like, every time the local pharmacy got robbed, we were supposed to go on lockdown, but he would just keep teaching. To be fair, it happened twice a week. Holy shit. America. Is the portrait close enough? I've tried my best from the photos that you gave me. I should probably delete that reference layer so it doesn't accidentally get turned on. What's this layer? Oh, that was a quick ref. That can be deleted. Those are the claws that can also be deleted. Oh, wait. Oh, that was the spare horns. We'll leave those. These were the claws. And that was a jewelry sketch. You're saying this in a mocking tone. America, fuck yeah. Coming here to save the motherfucking day, yeah. Aw. Well, I'll be happy to have her. She's welcome to come by. I'm here every day at 9 a.m. And thank you for telling your story. I'm glad I could read it out for you. Add some commentary in there on the way. Feel a little bit bad for Mr. Mario, but at the same time, not. And I understand why you also felt the same way. It sounds like he just had tenure and they just couldn't get rid of him. Which is really stupid. If anyone were to try and steal my tools, they will be bonked by a squeaky hammer until they give up. If anyone tried to steal my tools, they'd be bonked by a real hammer, known as the police. Your life definitely is interesting, Captain. You are definitely an interesting being. Please come back anytime. We're happy to have you here. And don't forget to let your wife know that there is a Discord channel if she wants to join. we're always happy to have more fawns. Might eventually have to choose a... Thank you, Necromancer. Thank you.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Devil Child Pro 1 to the island.
Thank you for hosting, Captain and Necromancer. And you are a gem. If other people have funny stories like that they wish for me to read on stream, feel free to DM them to me. You're also welcome to come on and tell your story. I only ask that you have a Fujitech avatar of some sort that I can put down in the corner as a guest host. Or guest speaker, so that people have something to look at. Also, Dwarf, that was your first time coming in this morning. Good morning. I didn't get to say good morning to you. I was like, wait a minute. Well, it's a fantasy island, and also it's like a chain of islands. So it's kind of like Hawaii, except it's a big circle. And that's because it's actually the edges of a caldera. A super caldera, even. So, you know. If a big island starts popping up in the middle, that's when you know, you should probably GTFO for a little while. Ouch! Aki, good morning. Keep your stories to yourself, that's fine. Captain's life is definitely an interesting one. It's Hawaii, but Japan, but also Yellowstone. In the ocean. It's basically just Yellowstone in the ocean. Alright, have a good day, Captain. Thank you for your story. If anyone missed it, it's at the 31-minute mark on the VOD. So feel free to go back to the VOD and watch that. If you missed the VOD, it'll be up on the YouTube channel. That never gets watched. It's literally just an archive at this point. Yellowstone. Conk, I love you. Yellowstone, new band name. Also, it's Hawaii, but Japan could also be a band name, too. Gonna need to leave around noon to go to Diwali. Go to a Diwali party. Got invited by a friend of mine. What are Diwali parties like? Like, you're allowed to set off fireworks and stuff in Canada for Diwali. So people do that sometimes. I think it's Diwali. Helps if I'm on the right layer. There's gonna be a lot of smoothing and brushwork today. Oh, I think the physiotherapist is heading out. It's a couple of days a week a physiotherapist comes to see my mom to help her with her mobility problems. I would eventually like to put a small extension on the downstairs bathroom, which kind of like sticks out of the back side of the house, so that we can put like a proper, like, nice big shower in there. so that if my mom has to move down from the top floor to the lower floor, it's easier for her to live. But that's like, you know, a minimum of 50 grand to do that, probably. Even if I did all the labor myself, just the permits and the materials and whatnot. And I would still have to hire an electrician and a plumber, and I would still have to get an engineer to do the plans and... Alright, I can be in stream as long as I want. It means I have to do a meta entry. You don't have to, but you are definitely welcome to do so. I'll be AFK, but still watching and listening. Need to try and cook. Okay, enjoy your cooking. I hope it turns out well and delicious. If it's a new and interesting recipe, please share in the dining hall. If it turns out to be an absolute masterpiece or a complete disaster, regardless, still share the dining hall. Make us hungry. Nods and nervously chuckles. It's a festival held between October and November, and it's associated with Lakshmi? Lakshmi? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The goddess of prosperity, and marks the beginning of the fiscal year in India. Oh, interesting. Naff! Naff was redeemed to hydrate and to streach. We'll do the streach first, because I haven't really done one today. Ow. And the parties have foods from India, music, and more. That sounds amazing. I do like Indian food, I just can't handle things that are like really crazy spicy. And Cora has redeemed a posture check. You know, like, posture check is like a mini stretch, right? So, everybody on Shrimp Thing spines. Keep a little wave back and forth to loosen up the muscles on the sides there. Around your torso. Just back and forth. Just wiggle a little bit. Nice and slowly. Yes, lobster your spines. Ah, I haven't even redeemed the other hydrate. Seaweed in the ocean currents and all that bullshit. There's the first tea hydrate, and now the second tea hydrate. There. I love hearing about, like, festivals and celebrations from other cultures. July 15th in China, I believe, is, kind of like All Hallows Eve, where, like, spirits come out and, like, wander the earth. Forget the name of it. we need to make some holidays and festivals for LARP Town? Absolutely. Wait, are we talking about the same thing? Yeah. Well, this is around the time that I would want to like host our main event. It would be like this week is when I would want our main LARP event to be. Basically our conquest. This would be the week. Because the weather in Canada is usually pretty interesting around this time. I'm just going to lean back a little bit and chat. Our weather's usually pretty interesting around this time. There aren't as many bugs. Most of them are dead. But it does rain, and it can get very cold, and even snow up in that area at this time of year. So people would actually have to have warm gear. But honestly, I feel like the canvas tents would be warmer than the nylon tents. Actually, I wonder what the weather is up in that area. To our weather. It is 14 degrees Celsius right now. Town of base name, it is 6, feels like 4, and the nighttime temperature is about 1, feels like -2, so it would be cold. That is a piece of news that my brother should absolutely never see. This rogue planet is growing at a rate never seen before. Wow. That's an existential crisis my brother doesn't need. One of his, other than like black holes. My brother's other fears are rogue planets. Just planets hurtling through the vastness of space. I'll watch that video after stream. Because that looks fascinating and terrifying. They're rogue black holes too? Or in your case, rouge black holes? Rouges are overpowdered. If you're fearful of rogue planets, rouge planets. So sorry, Necromancer. Rogue is one of those words that is difficult to spell. Leroux. That's just flour and butter. Roux are good. Flour and butter put in the frying pan. It's your base for your cream sauces. Yes, rogue. Once again, Havarti is sleeping on the job. A Neff has redeemed a posture check and a hydrate. of RT TTS. Alright, the only meta entry for the week is Carcharodontosaurus sicarius.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Death_Sand to the island.
Death! Oh my god! Neff has redeemed a hydrate. We'll take that hydrate. Everybody on Shrimpine Spines. Camera, what are you doing? Why are you not tracking me? Everybody on Shrimpine Spines. Give her neck a little stretch, a little wave back and forth. Like seaweed in the ocean currents, and all of that rot. And another hydrate from Neff. Death Sand has arrived with another medic quote. Medic, with my medical skills and my somewhat engineering skills, I've made it so you can hear trees screaming in pain every time you cut them down. You are all welcome. Necromancer, thank you for your continued patronage to the channel with a gifted sub to Death Sand, your 278th gifted sub in the channel. Why? What are you doing? I am not worthy, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Holy shit, guys. Guy, compliments are illegal. Stop it. I don't know how to handle this. Thanks for the hydrate and the concussion, Cora. Everything just sort of happened all at once. Now drown in the hydration, become a lobster, unshrimp thine spines, and join us in the next level of crustaceanism. Curse you people. I'm just trying to paint a succubus here. The Necromancer will never get his painting, it'll be all your fault. Gonna go into a coma, just die from hydration. Overwatering your say, except it's tea. Ah! Gora. Gonna have to go make more tea. People. Chucking money and star shells at me, yes. Okay, right, the meta. Carcharodontosaurus. Genus of carnivorous Carcharodontosaurid dinosaur fossil. Genus of large theropod dinosaur that lived in northwest Africa from about 100 million to 94 million years ago during the Cenomanian stage of the Cretaceous period. The taxon was first described in 1925 by French paleontologists Charles Desperret and Justin Savonin as Megalosaurus sicarius, based on 2 fossil teeth discovered in Algeria, which are now lost. Well, that's sad. Partial skeleton was discovered in Egypt as early as 1914 by crews of German paleontologist Ernst Stormer, and although he did not report the find until 1931. And it's basically dinosaur shaped. It's your standard dinosaur shaped boy, 2-legged. Now that I've had a quiet chance to read them. Look at those tiny little arms. This big thing is 44 feet long, 12 feet tall, and 1,315 pounds. Crikey. Are the highlighted bones the ones that are missing or the ones that they have? That's the question. That is a big boy. That is a really big boy. The highlighted ones are the ones they have? Now, how do they know what the rest of it looked like? However, it's named after the genus Megalodon belonged to, so it means jagged tooth lizard. That is a big boy. Lizard with great white shark teeth from the Sahara region of Africa. So I'm just reading that information. This is a nice picture. From Seminosus Insomnius 2023. Thank you, Seminosus, for your little informational card. It is beautiful. I really like the background. I might try to replicate that and use it as like a paper texture because it's pretty. There are a lot of similar, so we know about how to reconstruct. Fair enough, fair enough. He's a bit T-Rex-ish in some ways. I like the little jagged, like frilly horn bit on his head. It's very dragonish. Unfortunately, the original fossils were destroyed when the Munich Museum was bombed during World War II. No! Fucking Germans. And I can say that because I'm half German. Well, I'm technically a quarter German, but I was also born in Germany. But I don't have German citizenship. It's very confusing. My birth certificate's in German. I was just never German. By nation. Spinosaurus, my beloved. Oh. Fucking war. There you go. Damn. Goddamn war. It just destroys, you know, good things. All it does is destroy the good things. My phone is still not charging. Why is it not charging? It's Cora's fault. It's Cora's fault he lost his beloved Spinosaurus. Bobbins! Nugget! I tried to pick him up, but he just turns into liquid in my arms. Hi, baby bean. Did you claw me this morning? Did you leave wounds all over me? Yes, you did. You got a little bit violent. You're not supposed to be so rough. I have delicate human flesh. Did you guys see the picture I shared in Pets this morning? Because I am as English as it comes. I shared a new picture of Pets this morning. I woke up and rolled over and didn't quite fully roll over, just sort of like turned my head, and that's what I saw. So I took a picture of it. He was being a bit surly this morning. Isn't that right, Nuggies? Are you being surly today? I was late this morning because of the Tesla grabbing my arm. I had to sit there and pull off the loose skin for a little bit. And I didn't sleep well last night because my knee was just hurting so much, but I was so tired that I couldn't get up to actually take any medication for it, so I just suffered all night long. I don't know what's wrong with my knee, but ever since I moved home, like, it's just been in pain, and it's been so stiff that I can't bend it properly. And it won't loosen up, and it's doing me a concern, but I don't have a doctor to go to. Nugget, are you adorable? He's very cute, but he's not making like strong purring sounds, so I'm not gonna put the microphone in his face. Apparently Mathis has been nothing but surly since Tesla left. And I think he misses Tesla and he can't find him. And Tesla's been making these sounds that actually sound like meows, and I finally figured out what it was, and it's his distressed I want to go home meow. And I feel really, really bad. Right, Nugget? Do you miss Mathis? Even though you used to bite him all the time? Play too roughly with him? I wonder if they were reintroduced to each other, if they would still remember. It'd be like, it's my brother. Or if they would have to be reintroduced after these 4 weeks of separation. He's so soft. And ever since moving here, like, his fur's gotten softer because he's drinking the water here. It's like my hair. My hair is no longer crunchy anymore. But it's not as silky as when whenever I come back from Germany. Whenever I come back from Germany, my hair is just like butter. Smooth, silky, but not oily. Bobbins. Have you eaten your food yet? Kiss your belly. Go play with your kickaroo. But yes, that was Tesla this morning when I, like, turned my head, sort of looking behind me-ish, because I was sleeping on my side, facing the other way, and he was just there. He sleeps with me at night now. I still haven't signed on to the Minecraft server either. Both of the servers. I haven't been on them in a little while. Minecraft time? Maybe. Maybe. But I also want to work on your painting. It's going so well. Now that I've fixed the problems with it. I will have to look up some high heel references, because, I am not quite sure what I'm doing here. I do want to get your painting too eventually. I'm enjoying the painting. I was just thinking, like, I wanted to do some Minecraft on Monday, but I just didn't get to it. I really enjoyed the just chatting session that we had, the last two. And because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, I'm like really tired. This foot's too long. It's finally looking alright. Cora, thanks for the hydrate. Whoa. Man, I used up like all my energy. Everything got so exciting there for a moment. keep working the painting until it comes together. Oh no, Conk has reached old age. Whatever shall we do? Tried to sit up and my knees just exploded. Yep. Try doing this squat. I'm trying to be able to get there to do what they call the Asian squat. I don't think I've been able to do it since I was a child. But it's something that most humans just do naturally. So if you live without, like, Western chairs, you tend to do it more naturally because it just becomes a substitute for a chair because your body is just designed to do that. But because we tend to sit in chairs our whole life now, we don't build up the muscular strength to be able to hold that pose. So I'm slowly trying to rebuild the strength in my muscles, in my body, to be able to do things like that. So when I'm at Conquest and there's no chairs, I can just squat and be comfortable. I want to be healthy again. As healthy as I can at least get myself back to being. This is the most heavily shadowed spot. My dad has made fresh coffee. Fresh coffee. Just opened my door. I don't know if you heard him say that. I'm still young and spry. I run track. Nope, it's too late. Once your knees explode, it's too late. You're doomed! Doomed, I tell you. I'm not old, I don't have knee problems. First stage is denial. Fresh coffee. Thought it was fresh liquid death. Why did you turn death sand into a liquid? Now he's no longer sand. So I was just thinking 200 pictures into my iPad because I haven't used it in a month. Ugh. I like the little sassy head tilt. Having her like thanks for the hydrate, Aki. Having her look just straight on was really bothering me because it was too symmetrical. Just needed a little tilt. I thought of making her horns gold, but instead I gave that little red tip to balance the red from the dress up to the top, because there was so little red at the top just from her eye makeup, which I still need to play around with a little bit. I'm afraid to touch it though, so when I go to modify her makeup, I will make a copy of the layer. Still not happy with her other ankle there, the one that I was working on. Need to fix the shading on the thighs, especially that thigh of that leg that I'm still working on. I think maybe I might need to have to flip the picture, and maybe that'll help. That usually helps. Gotta keep the hydrates up. Oh, and Necromancer has renewed the stretch. Oh god, I'm already yawning before I even get to the stretch. Oh yeah. Raise the mug up on one side. Raise the hand up on the other. Do a little Superman stretch right there. Oh yeah, everybody make sure you stretch. Stretch your legs too. Unshrimp thine spines and thine knees. We don't stand up enough. We don't move enough. Alright, now to redeem Aki's hydrate. And we're gonna finish off the tea, and I'm gonna go get... Rude. I'm gonna go get my coffee. So, I will be right back. Let's mute the mic and off I go. I'm back. Turns out, Tesla actually went downstairs while the physiotherapist was here. And he actually explored on his own. You're gonna do some digital painting, but now I'm disintegrated. No, I was just getting coffee. I do need to add some transitions, and I want to have, like, costume changes and stuff. I'm just not good at that sort of thing. Sai does owe me a costume, so I need to design a new one. Tesla is absolutely not eating his food. He won't even go near that wet food. Yeah, I want to have some way to transition out, but still leave the screen up so it's not just like this big BRB screen. There's so much that I want to make for my channel, and I find I just don't have time. Because I'm usually like, when I'm done stream, I'm really tired. And by then, I'm like so done with doing art and being at my computer that I just want to go do something else. And like, I still want to make the little stream pets thing, and one thing at a time. I still got to make a new bed frame, and build the new desk and hutch for the desk. I want to build some drawers and boxes for my my cube shelves. Okay, let's start trying to define some thigh muscles here. Morning, Cheese.
Headache again.
Yep.
You too?
Nope. I'm streaming though.
Oh.
Everybody say hi to Cheese. Your Pinterest just went down.
Everything went down. Amazon Web Services, Peloton, Ring, a large chunk of anything run by AWS is a list of about 60 items that are completely down.
Does that include Twitch?
Might. It's anything that run by Amazon Web Services.
When did that go down?
It's, I don't know, it's been down. I saw about it this morning. Check downthetector.com.
Well, I'm streaming, so yeah, everybody seems to be here. Oh, Twitch be good. Okay, apparently Twitch is still safe. It's probably China, because they're like, oh, America attacked us. They did a cyber attack. And it's like, bitches, you cyber attack us all the time. Even if we did. And they're like, we have perfect evidence. And it's like, even if America did attack you with a cyber attack, it's like, you suddenly just have, like, the perfect evidence of it? Like, bullshit. Nobody believes anything you say. You do nothing but lie. Drama queens, the lot of them. Yep. The biggest bullies are also the biggest sissies. They know how to play the victim card when somebody's watching them. It's really frustrating. Conk said hello to you at least.
Pineapple stuff is interested in purchasing bookshelves and shelving units and furniture for the new place. So there's IKEA bookshelves we could get, or just food for thought.
Okay. I might use the wood for things. Necromancer says, hi, Cheesy McCheese. I'm still here. Yeah, heard something that several services are down today. Ah! Thanks for the hydrate, Conk. A link to what? Okay. And don't use my real name. Don't use my real name. Crikey. The internet always finds out anyways. Concuss. Concuss, even. An imposter check. Everybody, lobster thine spines. AKA unshrimp. Become long bean. Long crustacean. You didn't hear it? Good. I mean, some of you guys already actually know my name, so... I'm just worried about, like, the larger internet in general, because my full name is unique to me as far as I know. Which is concerning, but also really neat, because how often does that happen on a planet of, like, close to 9 billion people? I haven't found anyone on the internet with my name combination yet. But then again, most people who would have my name combination are probably extremely old or dead. Because I am named like an old woman. I am slowly turning into my final form, which is full babushka. A childless cat lady of European descent. Except I am petite, in that I am gender neutral. But I don't care what pronouns you use for me. If I care, I will let you know. Some days I care a little bit more than others. My parents are always calling Tesla she, though. My dad keeps calling Tesla she, and I'm like, it's a he. And my mom just has trouble with pronouns in general, even personal pronouns, so she can't say I. She struggles with that. She keeps saying she when she's referring to herself. I'm old as well, and angry. I mean, we're all angry. Especially when we get too much sunlight. Okay, there's a problem with this leg. It's driving me insane. It's the knees that are fine. It might be the length of the lower legs. They are a bit long. They're very long legs. What if cat, but evil? Isn't that just all cats? Martha Stewart's secret ingredient, evil. She's got very long limbs. She's definitely, like, much leggy here. Maybe that's what's bothering me about it, is her legs are too long. Ankle's in the wrong place. Let's shift that. Okay, if we shift that, it makes the foot too long. My dad and my brother speak so loudly. Demon cat. Part of it was too skinny. So once you start doing more human form studies, you start to notice where your mistakes are. And then fixing them on a single layer painting's the absolute worst. But that's what I get for not being good enough. I think I'm gonna turn her feet out just a little bit. I think that would make the balance better. Instead of having them nearly pointed straight forward. I think that, yeah, maybe that's where I was going wrong. That looks a lot better. Like, even if it's just sketched in, it already looks better. And then some of the light will come down. Want some highlight and shadow contrast in this area. Right. I'm on the wrong brush mode. The incorrect blending mode. I kind of like this, like, one unified piece of shoe. But yeah, Tesla actually went downstairs and wandered around on his own while a stranger was in the house, which is shocking.
When was this?
Earlier when the physiotherapist was here.
Oh.
Yeah. Imagine my delight. He like went all the way to the front door, and because the screen door is open, he was like sitting there looking out for a little while. You know, you keep waking up with a headache, but you won't go see a doctor. It doesn't make any sense to me. Please, go see the doctor. At least you have one to go see. I can't go see one for my knee, cheese. Mewjuice! Mewjuice, would you like some Whiskas portions? So the little, like, individually portioned packs of Whiskas cat food? Because Tesla absolutely will not eat it. Like, he's like, he won't eat it to the point where, like, he's standing there at his bowl complaining and is hungry, and he just simply won't. It was given to me by Kavach.
Actually, it's from Leo and Carol.
What was that?
It's from Carol and Leo.
It's, from Mechanic Worm Pineapple Skunk? Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because her cat passed away. And then they gave it to Andrea, and,
It's made its way here eventually. To multiple partners.
yeah. So, it's been passed around, people's cats won't eat them, for whatever reason. Kavach's cat is very picky. Tesla appears to, have more discerning taste, and I have a feeling that your kittens probably just won't care. Because they're in a hungry eat anything baby mode. So, like, Tesla won't even eat his cat treats. He's not a cat treat kind of cat. He barely eats anything because he's only 8 pounds. He weighs as much as I did when I was born. Just 8 pounds,
Sorry, removed.
6 ounces.
That was
Yes, well, you were a preemie. I tried to come early, and then they wouldn't let me, and then I just decided to come late, apparently,
Well,
because...
now I'm not doing it.
Exactly. It's like, you don't want me here? Fine. Take my sweet, precious freaking time. I live to be a contrarian. Look at my arm this morning. All of this. And these here. I was playing with Tesla and he decided to latch onto my arm and bunny kick the back of my forearm. That conch has redeemed a street. Posture check. Everybody become lobsters on Shrimp Thing Spines. Join us in the crustaceaning. By the way, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you know you can subscribe to me with the Amazon Prime, right?
But it's not attached to my Twitch account. I don't know how to do it. It's not my Amazon account.
Who-
It's Mom's Amazon.
So, sign in on Mom's Amazon account and give me the Twitch Prime sub. I think you can link your Twitch account to her Amazon Prime. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how that works, but you're paying for Amazon Prime, and yet you still are forced to watch advertisements. At least give me the Prime subscription. So I can get some of that money and waste of time back. Did I hear something about eggs? Can I have egg? I'm starving. Please and thank you. Eggs would be very nice. I don't usually eat breakfast, but lately I've been a little bit more hungry. I am very pleased with the direction this painting is going now. Let's see how far off the jewelry layers are. Wow. You can see how much has changed. Kvatch! Feed me, Seymour! It's funny because I've never seen that movie, but I know. Well, actually, I think I have seen that movie, but I was too young to remember seeing that movie. But I do remember the plant. And that's it. That's all I remember is the plant saying, feed me. Was it Little Shop of Horrors or something? But yeah, look how far off this jewelry is now from where I had it. Let's try to fix some of this. These would still hang straight because they're danglies. Damn, my phone's really pissing me off today. What's wrong with your phone? I made little silver hoop earrings for the cat ears I made a friend. Nice. The jewelry really adds quite a bit, I have to admit. Haven't even opened your Tumblr today, now it won't work. Is it part of what's down? Remember, a bunch of Amazon Web Services stuff is down right now. Fantasy, you should eat something. Like, goodness, people, take care of yourselves. My stream can wait. Go take care of yourselves. And that one leg is still something wrong with it. McBabbins. It's one of those sleepy days. It's dark, dank, and dreary today. Snapchat wasn't working also. I don't think I've ever used Snapchat. I don't think I even have a Snapchat account. She's brought me egg. What? Sorry, I couldn't hear you through my headphones. She's brought me eggs. Thank you for eggs. Noises of alarm and concern. You're fine, Babbins. It's just Cheese. He's very nice to animals. Very gentle. Boop the Snoop chat. Is that the snoot of chat? The boop snoot. It's like the droop snoot, but it is the snoot that gets boop. Oh, does Tesla want some of this egg? Babbins. No, he doesn't. He doesn't want the egg. It's the Snoop Choot. Just replace everything with O's. I am eating fried eggs. Because my brother is amazing and made me eggs. I am undeserving of such a brother. Cheese always does so much for me. Oofs. Neg. Oofs. Oofs. It's probably because you're hungry, Fantasy. Eat something. Ah, they're hot. Even my asbestos mouth cannot cope. Maybe if you eat something, Fantasy, you might feel like going. And if you eat something and you still don't feel like going, then simply don't go. It's very easy. Lately it's felt less fun, and maybe you just need a short break from it. Humans need variety and novelty. That's why when I see like a weird flavored thing that I've never tried before, I always try it. Because you never know what you're gonna find. You might hate it, but at least you tried it. And then you can share your experience with others and be like, this was awful! You should try it too. Yeah. Thank you for the hydrate. And another posture check. Everybody become lobster. It's the lobster posture. Posture lobster. Yeah, humans require variety and novelty. It helps us maintain our sanity. That's why the pandemic was so hard on people, is because they weren't able to go anywhere or do anything, so we lacked novelty. And this is why we get depressed, because we don't have that variety in our lives. This is why I'm always up for, like, food ventures and sometimes, you know, doing stuff. I don't like to go out either, but, like, I'm always up for stream because, like, while you guys are consistent in what you do or like showing up, sometimes we get new people, sometimes the regulars aren't always here, sometimes we have story time with Gatton. You never know what you're gonna get, and I think that's one of the things I like about streaming, is that we can end up with that kind of variety. That's why I only eat can of tomatoes for a few days before I break it up with a box of KD. Nice. I found a product recently that's really funny. It's called Macaroni and Cheese, and it's basically Kraft Dinner, KD, macaroni and cheese, but all the little pastas are shaped like dicks. And I'm like, this is amazing. Yep, that's a thing I found on the internet recently. Macaroni and cheese. I wonder if it tastes as good as KD, though. Like, you can get plates for pasta machines that actually have that pattern in them, too. So you could make your own. Make sure to share that with Caro. Absolutely, I will. I have no place to put this plate. We'll put that down there. Yep. I think Kara would get a good kick out of it. Mutus, are you still around? Been a while since I heard from Mutus. I wanted to ask. On Thursday nights we do a craft night. With pineapple, skunk, mechanicore, cheese, and kvetch. And I know, like, you want to get out more and see people. And so we're doing like level 1 skills kinds of things. And I was thinking of if it's okay with Kvetch and the others, if you would like to join us, maybe. More friends the better. We did embroidery last week, and we're still, I think we're going to be doing that again this week, is continuing our embroidery projects. Awesome sauce. Yeah, because you've known Mew Juice as long as you've known me, so... Mew Juice isn't stranger. I'm pretty sure Cheese wouldn't mind, and Caro, Pineapple Skunk is always up for meeting other people. I don't know about Canicore, but he's also known Mew Juice as long as I've known Mew Juice, or as long as... Yes. I'm sure they've met before. It would be kind of weird if they haven't. Awesome. We tend to alternate people's places. Last week we went out to Kvetch's place, but it's in it's just over the border in Quebec. Hopefully it's cloudy next time we drive there. It was very bright. The sun was at just that point where you're driving straight into it, and the windshield on the old Jetta is so pitted that it just like diffracts the light everywhere. You're gonna go to the gaming club? Well, I hope you have a great time. Usually when I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to this thing that I have to go to because I'm like obligated. And then I show up and I have a great time. So, deepest Quebec as far as the Ottawa goes, yeah. It's a nice place though. You guys can communicate amongst each other about addresses. Don't take Island Park because Island Park on the highway is closed right now, apparently. Are we going back to your place this week, Kvetch? I can't wait to continue. I was making the Cloud Recesses crest from Modazuji. Parkdale is fine though? Yeah. Fantasy, I hope you have a great time at Gaming Club. Thank you for stopping by today. I wish you a good evening. Time zone approved farewells. TAF. Instead of TOG. It's tough. Tesla, what are you doing? Heard weird noises. He's climbing on something. I think I'm at the chat segment of art and chat now. I need to take a break from the paint to let it settle in before I play with it some more. I should probably do a sketch for Galen today, and if he likes it, then arrange price. It's probably going to be like $90, depending on the complexity. It is one coat, but it's still a coat, and it's a coat with a fair amount of detail. I have an idea in my head based on the stuff that he's already made for his kit. I just need to find the time to sketch it out. And I need to make some measurements and go search the wood in the garage. I need to do math. I think Galen's stuff is probably going to be tomorrow, because today I need to plan out a box for drawers to put away all of my embroidery floss into one IKEA cube instead of like 2. So the we can go back to this and go up here, create a new folder, call it Floose because I can type. What's this? Oh, those are the IKEA Alex things. We'll drop those down there. Too many layers. This is that goes here. Floss. Yep. That's what embroidery thread is called. It's called floss. So my embroidery floss is on these little cards that are like this. Little eye-shaped cards, and then the floss gets wrapped around it like this. And I've got these cases that are rectangles, and they have separators in them. Like this. This is where the handle like slides into the box. Yeah, go ahead. So I've got these boxes that hold all of my floss right now, and I've got 14 and a half of them. Technically I have 15, maybe even 16 floating around in this house somewhere. I have one that's filled with hama, or perler beads as they're called in North America. Hama is the European brand name for them. Or one of them. It's the 1980s brand name. But in the IKEA cubes, these nice, perfectly square boxes, I can only fit they come to like here in the box, and I can only fit 4 of them in. And a 5th one, like, on its side this way. So you can imagine, I can only fit 5 of these in a cube, so if I have 15, I need 3 cubes to be able to fit all 5 of them in. What I want to do is have a box, and then it has another probably 1/2-inch box inside of it with 5 drawers. And that should theoretically be able to hold all of those. So I would only need one of these to hold what is ostensibly all, I guess, 13.5 containers worth of embroidery floss. And then I will be able to use these little containers for other things, like thread. But I want to also build one for, well, there's one for floss, one for thread, and one for beads / buttons. And like the bead / buttons probably only need 1 drawer, but the floss probably needs 1 cube. The thread might need 2 or 3 drawers. And I need one for my Sculpey. While you're planning storage, I do recommend having dedicated patterns and works in progress storage space. Yes, I do. I have space for whips and for patterns. I have a whole list here, actually, of every crafting supply and decorative supply in my home, which is fairly extensive, and it covers everything from tape, wood, leather, clay, thread, ribbon, trim, foam, shells, Velcro, plastic, which is like thermoplastics, elastic, beads, buttons, findings and jewelry, which also covers wires, pins, and tacks, glue, molds and ice trays, flowers, fake fruits, paper, pens, pencils, pencil crayons, markers, Sharpies, my dual brush pens, my Arduino, and then the paint section is acrylic, dyes, spray paint, watercolor, and gouache. These are all things that I have, by the way. And then tools for sculpting, cutting, which includes scissors, and like chisels and stuff. Sewing for fabric and leather, brushes, and paper and book bindings actually go together. And there's probably still more that I haven't thought of. Fabric as well. I have a couple of bins of fabric for specific characters, so I also have boxes for specific characters. I have a drawer in my dresser that's dedicated just to Nameless, and I'm going to be having another drawer in my dresser that's dedicated just to Kieran. And probably another one for Lagoon. And a nice looking opaque cupboard for not safe for cheese projects. Is this from experience? Kavash? Yeah, so that covers just about like all of the materials I have for making everything from my LARP gear to leatherwork, bookbinding, and tea pets. All of these are going to be like closed cupboards anyways, but I probably should have locks on some of them. The way I want to do the boxes, I don't want to drill holes in the IKEA shelves, so my plan is to have we've got the box here, and pretend this back side is the open side in here, so stuff goes in this way. What I want to do is instead of drilling into the IKEA shelves, the back of these boxes just have a little tab on them that's just screwed into the back. That just keeps it in place so that when you try to like pull out one of the drawers, it's not gonna like pull the whole shelf out with it, because it'll be locked in place by the little tab that comes out. So that keeps it like inside the big portion of the IKEA shelf that it's in, so that it doesn't boop. Because it's against the wall here, so since the wall's right there, nothing's gonna fall behind, and they're not gonna fall that way. So I could just use the little tabs to keep it in place. And then the drawers are probably not gonna have drawer slides on them. Those are too expensive. But there's gonna be the drawers are probably gonna have to be like a 1/2 inch thickness, and they're just gonna have a point where they stop pulling out. So there's gonna be a little blocker here, and they're gonna have a little wood slider that they slide across. And then when it gets to this point where you've pulled it out, it just has a little block, so it can't come out. And it's probably going to go all the way to the front. So you have probably like a little dovetail dealio going on here. Or even just a rectangular slot. Oops. Something vaguely like that. It looks awful. My hands are shaking, I don't know why, sorry. It's making drawing lines hard. But yeah. The drawers are probably going to be front facing like this. So there's a panel. The side panels with their little cutouts for the drawer slides. Well, I did just eat something, so maybe my body's still reacting to that. So there's probably going to be some pretty visible raw edges, but if I use plywood, you could probably make it actually look really nice with the plywood edges. And it's probably just going to have like a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch board that slides in on another little indent on these on the inside. You wouldn't see this because it's on the inside, so you'd have these really nice like plywood edges. And a little break in between each box for the shelf. Then has its corresponding little slat in it for the drawer slides like this. Oops, what the heck? I don't know what I did there. This is very uneven, very rough sketch. But it would be something like that. Another shelf for the next drawer. Little hole or knob for pulling it out. Haha. Phrasing. But that's the basic idea. It doesn't even really need these spacers if you, they could just be floating drawers, so you don't necessarily have to have those spacers, and that would... Phrasing! You wouldn't, because you have these little slats that I'm possibly even making them have the option of popping out. So it would be like a standard IKEA shelf where you have the bookshelf with the little dots, the little holes for the pins with the adjustable shelves. So you could actually remove these bits and so you could have larger drawers. But if you have bottoms in the drawers, you don't really need to have like a big spacer between each one unless you just really want it to be extra sturdy. But it just costs more materials and takes up more space. And space is at a premium, so I might do it without the little extra shelf in between and just have floating drawers. Now, if I put the extra space in between, then I actually, like if I put that base spacer between them, I actually don't need the little floating drawers thing. And that just reduces engineering. I still need a bottom in the drawers, so I'll still need this thing down here, but reduces a lot of the thinking and engineering, but it also reduces the flexibility of the system. So, like, I could have ones that have, two big drawers, or I could have ones that have, 5 small drawers, or I could have ones that have 2 small drawers and 2 medium-sized drawers. Or one that's 1/2 drawer and 2 small drawers. Yeah. It just depends. It would be more space effective to do the little, like, detachable side plates like this, little detachable sliders. And it's just wood. Eventually you would have to, like, oil it or wax it, or both. I mean, they would definitely be waxed drawers so that you could just easy sliding. We're trying not to detachable penis. Crazy. I'm trying so hard not to, Necromancer. It's hard. Oh wait. Oh god. Yes, hydrate me. It's just one thing after another. Get a roll of low friction tape from Lee Valley. I didn't know that was a thing. Poor Necromancer. But yes, it's a flexible drawer system without buying very expensive drawer hardware. HDPE, high density polyethylene, is that it? But it's for HDPE buttons. Will help a lot. What? But it or HDPE buttons. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just plastic, right? kind of like furniture feet for hardwood floor, the plastic ones. I have not seen that one yet. Can you link that in crafting? Since we have a lot of crafters in here. Flexible drawer system. I mean, you do slide one thing into another. Well, if it's a tape would work quite nicely. It would probably have to be replaced every once in a while, or I could just use wax. It's well, beeswax is just more natural. To show you the power of flex tape, I sawed this drawer in half. Slaps tape. But yeah, that's the plan for my drawer system. That's what I wanted to do in Kitchener, but I just never got around to it. But now I have 2 of those IKEA shelves in my room, which gives me even more storage space. But the closet is full right now, so like my clothes are just like hanging out everywhere. I can't hang up any of my sweaters. I need to get rid of some of my sweaters, but they're all in like such good condition that it's like I can't bring myself to get rid of them. I hate getting rid of stuff that's in good condition. It's so frustrating. Like stuff that's still wearable, and I'm like, I don't need this. I've got so much. But at the same time, the things that I do have, I really like. And right now, I'm just a little bit too fat to fit in them, but I'm trying to lose weight so that I can wear them again. But yeah, that's the plan for my storage system, and I think it would be better to go with the flexible system. I don't know if it will cause me problems to use like a pin system, like the bookshelves, to adjust the drawers. Thanks for the hydrate, Aki. All of those kind of just like shaved off, like bounced off my horns and landed on my shoulders. I don't think any of them actually hit me in the middle of the head. Oh, I would ask why I'm so tired, but I know why I'm so tired. It's because I didn't sleep, because my knee hurts. How you doing today, Aki? I don't think I asked you that earlier. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by as usual. I appreciate it. I also get those pins in a variety of forms at Lee Valley. Yeah. Next to IKEA, Lee Valley is one of my favorite places. Lee Valley, IKEA, and Value Village, and pretty much any other thrift store in existence. Dangerous places for me to go. Lee Valley is unaffordable. But also, I can get those pins for free from IKEA because they just have them. I can go get a whole bunch of hardware at IKEA for free because they're like, oh, pieces are sometimes missing, so you can get hardware pieces for free at IKEA, like the shelf pins and I think some of the screws and other findings and fasteners, which I might need to do because for the desk, I'm going to need to either cannibalize some IKEA pieces, or I'm going to have to go get new pieces, like new findings and fasteners. Findings and fasteners for my IKEA piece. You gonna dip? Well, you have a great day, Aki. Thanks for coming by on this dreary Monday morning. It's dreary for me. It's rainy. It's very autumnal. Need some pumpkin spice coffee, but I don't have any. Or some other flavor of something. The fall is the only time I will consume pumpkin spice. Because it just feels right. The flavors just go with the season. Oh, the breeze from outside. Oh, my windows are a little bit closed right now because it was raining. But it was also like, God, it was so warm yesterday. And all night. Like, it only went down to 14, I think, last night was the lowest it was going to hit. And I didn't even notice. As a matter of fact, I was too hot, so I kept throwing my blanket off. And then I would get a little bit cold, and then I'd have to drag it back on. But yeah, I think for my desk, I'm gonna have to get all new pieces except for the desktop. But I'm gonna have to get some pine project boards and 2x2s. And use the IKEA hardware we cannibalized from my old desk to build a new one, but I'm probably gonna have to get some extra bits and bobs. Mostly the locking cams and screws that you see in most IKEA furniture. Basically just copy the style of the dresser, because the desk that I had just had like veneered hardboard for the sides, whereas the dresser is actually like solid pine boards in the sides. And so I'm gonna have to make some changes to like the way the desk was originally built. But as for the little hutch on top, I think I'm just gonna go with that. What's there. I might measure the monitor and decide on the monitor space, because I'm unlikely to get a second monitor anytime soon. And I think one of the things I want to add to this whole project later is behind the desk. I'm going to turn off the floose shelf. Behind the desk, I want to put in like a grid kind of thing. One of those diamond trellises. That goes up to the ceiling, but it's just loose. I should probably have just used the shift click method for this. I didn't. But yeah, I think putting one of those little like diamond trellises up to near the ceiling will help the space a little bit and still let light into the closet behind it. This is the worst. The absolute worst. But yeah, you can just get really cheap trellis material at the hardware store. And I think that would look nice behind the desk. Hira, good morning. How are you today? We're doing lots of furniture design stuff. We were working on Necromancer's commission. It's so close. And I was just discussing how I want to design my little drawers and the little backing to my desk. I slept too late, so I got to work late and forgot my lunch. Oh no! That's the worst. That is truly the worst. Well, I hope there's some place nearby for you to buy some lunch at least that's not too expensive, that's still gonna feed you well, and that you have time to eat properly, depending on what job you have. But yeah, I think for the desk, the hutch on the back is going to be just this. I thought of making a separate space for, like, the monitor to sit up on a little shelf. I think I left myself something in the freezer. One of those days. My condolences. Truly, it is Monday. I have to take a moment. I have had a lot of hydrates. The chat has basically waterboarded me. I'll be right back. Revolt amongst yourselves. Or whatever it is you guys do when I'm away. I dodged that hydrate just in time. Thanks for the hydrate, Death. Work on finishing this cup of coffee. Ah. You got me this time. Yeah, I hit disappear and was standing up at the same time when I heard that hydrate come through. So, I think all I have left to do for desk-wise is to make the measurements, plan the cuts, and then make sure I have all the hardware. So I have to make a hardware list, cut list, and get some stain and some pine. And just build it. I've got the little cover that goes in the hole on the desk too. So I'll have to get a hole saw bit because my dad doesn't have one. I know he doesn't have one because he's like, how are we going to cut the hole? And I'm like, usually you use a hole saw. And he's like, I don't have one of those, so I'll have to get myself a hole saw bit at the right size. But then I will have a hole saw bit. Just do it! Just Shia LaBeouf, just do it! You have your meetings? Yeah, I'm gonna be raiding out soon. Enforce new bits up to 2 inches. I don't know what size this is. This radius is 2 3/4 by the looks of it. Or sorry, the diameter of this one. A little less than 2 3/4. No, it's actually it might even be 2 5/8. When I go to the hardware store, I'll probably just bring this thing with me so I can get the exact right size. But it's just a little plastic cover that came built into my desk. They cut the hole in and then you just pop this in. You could probably 3D model one of these and print it too. It's got this little other piece that drops into it as well, so it covers most of the hole, and you can just turn it to open the space for the cords to go through. In some cases, it's actually not wide enough for all of my cords to fit. A little plastic turny bit. Oh well. Depends on how I set things up. I'm gonna have to cut or change the little drop-in piece probably to allow for make a new one from leather or waterproof cardboard. Yeah, well there's just a little plastic tab that I can cut a bit shorter on the inside that'll allow for me to have more range of this little thing. And I think that's by design because it looks like it's segmented to be able to snip a piece off to make it larger for your needs, depending on how many cords you have to put through. And because the back of the desk is closed, all of my computer cables are going to have to go through that hole. Except for anything that's plugged into the back of the computer. But for the power cords, they're going to have to go through that hole. Which means my computer might actually end up on the other side of the desk. Because right now it's sitting... This is the way things are set up. So the big green box on the side is the computer, so I might have to put it on the other side. It's just all of my cool rainbow lights are on that side that allows me to see them. But it's not such a bad thing. I could just cut another hole here to have all my cables come down in there. And plug this one up. What layer is this on? It's on that layer. Okay. This layer? This layer. So I could just put another hole right here and then fill this one in with something. Yeah, but I like the inside of my computer. I've got rainbow RAM sticks. And apparently I can control all of the lights in there, so I can actually do like custom colors and stuff. I just haven't figured out how to do that. I'll have to ask Sai, because she did it with hers and it looked really neat. She did her like teal and purple theme that she does. Or turquoise and purple. Cyan and purple? Yeah, I think it's closer to cyan for her. But I might do like my either my golden red or my golden turquoise. I think that would look really neat. And then like have like an autumn theme of just like orange and yellow or orange and purple. Ooh, orange and purple would look really good for Halloween. Orange, purple, and green. Oh. I need to open my computer and dust it off, but I almost never turn off my computer. But yeah, the idea of having the little hutch up there is so that I can have stuff sitting on top. Because I do have some books that I would like to have a home, like my sketchbooks. There's the last of my kofifi, and just a little stretch, or maybe a big one. I thought it was gonna be another one. Thanks for the hydrate in the street, Schneff. Alright. It's well past noon. And I have some other stuff that I need to do today. So we are going to raid. And it is going to be our usual Evan. So I will see you guys next time. We're off sailing to other waters. Everybody, thank you for coming today, and all of the hydrates and the participation. Participation does really, really help. Necromancer, if you can still hear me. Thank you for the gifted subs today. I really appreciate it as always. And may you all have a good journey. We're sailing off to other waters. May you arrive on beautiful distant shores. Front raid right now. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.